everyone, happy day 155. Today being Monday, it's time to take out our weekly evaluations and ask ourselves the 4 questions. 1, did my plan work for me? 2, what needs to be adjusted? 3, how do I feel? And 4, what is a positive from the week? For me, 1, yes, my plan worked for the most part. 2, a lot of things will have to be adjusted this week because my boys are home from school for their winter break. I will need to be very flexible. 3, I feel great. And 4, a positive from the week would have to be realizing a whole lot of truth about myself last week. I'm hoping this week isn't so honest. I would encourage all of you out there to take a look at last week and ask yourselves the 4 questions. With Lent quickly approaching, Ash Wednesday right around the corner, and my boys being home, I needed to get myself organized. Starting this week, the church gets super busy, so I had to plan it all out. I wanted to be sure to look at every opportunity, but also not overwhelm the boys by being at church every day. This is their vacation too, and I realize they need a healthy balance. So, this morning, instead of having the boys go to church for 8:30 to say the rosary and then Mass at 9, I decided to skip the rosary to let them sleep in a bit before church. I plan on saying a decade with them at some point today, and then I will finish it up in the tub later tonight. Having the boys with me at church today wasn't as relaxing as I would like it to have been. I actually had to reread the readings when I got home because I was so preoccupied. Both my boys have ADHD, and sometimes things like church can be very difficult. Some days are better than others. Today was definitely one of the harder days. Logan was on the altar serving, but Wiggly Billy was right next to me in the pew. As I sat there listening to Billy's chatter and watching his body move all over the place, I thought to myself, why did I even bother bringing them? I should have just left them at home. This is going to be impossible. As soon as I thought that, I felt guilty and my eyes filled up with tears. Billy looked over at me and said, "Mom, are you crying?" He then gave me a big hug. I know that he can't help his movement or his random talking to ask me questions, but it can still be really hard. As moms, I think we expect so much from ourselves. I know I do. We expect to never get annoyed with our children, feel overwhelmed with motherhood, or need to ask for help because things are hard. It's something us moms don't talk about enough. I remember when Logan was in 2nd grade, and I finally went to the doctors to confront his ADHD head on. I will never forget the doctor confirming he had ADHD within minutes of us being in the appointment, and then saying to me, "I can't believe it has taken you so long to come in and get some help for this. You are a strong woman." Looking back, I'm not sure if I was strong or I was just stubborn and controlling. It took me a lot of yelling and a lot of tears to finally ask for some help. For a long time, I thought I was just a bad mom, and I carried that hurt around with me until I knew to ask for help. Today, as I sat in church feeling annoyed, overwhelmed, and in need of some help, I did what I needed to do. I brought it to God and asked for His help. I laid it all out there on the altar. As soon as I did that, I felt better. I know that God knows my struggles. I bring them even though they move and talk and ask 100 times really loudly, "Is it over yet?" Some days I got it, and other days I want to cry. But I keep coming because I know He has always got this. Just like in the gospel today, Jesus looked at them and said, "For men it is impossible, but not for God. All things are possible for God." I hope all of you out there have a blessed day 155. Please know that I am praying for you always, and I will see you tomorrow.